All right, I dive in. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming to this fantastic new episode of Not Coming Soon. This is episode 21, Jeff. 21.
21.
We got a great show for you guys today. We're really excited. We're going to wrap up. This is going to be part 3 of Greener Grass, which we realized that we may have some copyright issues with that. That does exist. Completely different story idea, not even close. No. But we do probably have to change the title. But we'll figure that out because it's not coming soon. No.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So this episode, I am Ryan Myers.
And I'm Jeff.
And you know what? Let's dive in. Jeff Myers. Jeff, what you got working on the old eyeballs? What you watching?
But let's see here. So I got a couple things we can probably run through today. But first, are you familiar with the Oscar-nominated film Triangle of Sadness?
No. What is this?
Triangle of Sadness is a film from a Swedish director. He's made 3 kind of larger known films. Force Majeure is a movie that was remade. It was, I'm not entirely sure the original language, but it was remade into an English version with Will Ferrell and Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Yes. It was horrible. I don't know about the original, but the remake was really bad. The second film has a little bit more English to it. I don't know. It's called The Square. It is. It's about a museum curator who is losing it a little bit. And
Aren't
then
real.
Triangle of Sadness is practically all in English and brings people in with about a third of the movie containing Woody Harrelson. There's a little bit of Woody. He shows up in the middle there. So there's 3 parts to this movie. It follows a
much like the points of a triangle.
Exactly.
It all comes together.
It all comes together. So it's about a couple of models, a
Relatable.
couple who are models. And they are, trying to navigate life, dating in the 21st century. But
they're dating. So they're a couple, or there's 2. Are they dating each other?
Yes, they are dating each other. Sorry, that's what I was trying to get. A couple of models, a couple who are models.
Well, that's what I got, and then you said they're navigating the dating world. I didn't realize
they're navigating dating each other
together. I see. Okay.
In the 21st century, and it starts with them in their natural habitat. I'm not entirely sure the location, but it is in a city in an urban place.
The urban jungle.
Jungle.
Yeah.
Funny you should say that. We'll get there in a second. So starts there. Then part 2, they're on a cruise. They've been gifted this cruise because she is an influencer, so they like need to post pictures from this cruise to pay for it, basically. It's very exciting. But everybody on this cruise ship is just a horrendous person, a capitalist, basically. Is the
pigs.
Capitalist pigs, There's like arms dealers. There's like people who made money in like their respectable ways. Or there's this Russian guy who is deals in manure. just a crass man.
Yeah.
But
that's a shit job.
No, he says specifically that he deals in shit.
Is it covering for something else, or
no? I don't think so. I think he's actually, but I don't know. But three parts: city, sea, island. So there's there's
going to the air.
An incident on the boat where they're having a meal, and there are choppy seas, and the meal is not something that you want to be seasick while you're consuming, and there's just a spew of vomit across the ship. It's a gross it's a gross scene. But then they are marauded by some pirates, and then are shipwrecked, and a few of them survive and are on a
my goodness,
are marooned on an island. Yeah. So then they have to survive on the island for a little bit. That's the broad.
Wow.
The broad flow of the film.
Yeah. Dang. Okay. That takes you places.
It is quite satirical. Something that is used to highlight the class warfare a little bit. Because there's a definite hierarchy as you are going through the movie, and the ridiculousness of society. And when they get to the island, the person who... And it's all about what your worth to society is in different contexts. So in the end, the person who is worth the most is the person with the most survival skills, who happens to be a maid on the ship. So there are these people that are worth millions and billions of dollars,
right?
And they are having to take orders from or listen to, be led by somebody who would not be in their same class in normal society. It's really interesting. Social commentary.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's quite. Another kind of off the rails movie that I watched recently is finally watched Bullet Train.
Oh, right.
That was a lot of fun. I had a great time. Michael Shannon.
Dude.
Well, I knew he was in it. I did
not.
In the credits at the beginning, I think he is. It's like, and Michael Shannon, I think, at the beginning. And then he's not in it for the most, and I'm trying to figure out where he is, and not for a second did I think he was going to be the White Death. Is that what it is? I feel like he's the White Death.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. It's not who I thought Michael Shannon was going to be. Dude's got range. He played the White Death. He plays Elvis. Have you ever seen Elvis and Nixon?
I have not.
Michael Shannon is Elvis. Kevin Spacey is Nixon.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably won't see that.
Yeah.
I do love Michael Shannon, though. I think he's so funny.
But yeah, Bullet Train. Wow. A lot of webs.
Let me get your opinion on this.
Yeah.
What do you think? Because the rumor is that Aaron Taylor Johnson is up for Bond.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think especially after Bullet Train,
okay,
you see the suaveness.
Mm-hmm.
You see the Bondness in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see it.
I could definitely see it.
I could see it.
I think I like him more as like lower class British, if that makes sense.
That's true. The Cockney accent. Yeah.
That him in Bullet Train and in Tenet. I think I think that's his sweet spot.
Who is he in Tenet?
He's.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Never mind. That took me a second.
No, that's totally fair.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Not that high society
Yeah, he has to be a little bit more, I guess, refined and fit in higher class places, but
they're talking to a few. I've seen a couple names. For Bond.
Yeah, they're throwing a few around.
A bunch around. Did I see? I feel like I saw Taron Egerton out there as well. Yeah. Speaking of him, have you seen the trailer for Tetris, the movie about the creating of Tetris?
No.
Holy crap! That trailer is redonkulous. Apparently, Tetris was in the dead center of the Cold War, apparently, and it was this huge worldwide phenomenon that the Russians and the Americans were both trying to take, because I think it's a Russian person that originally designed it.
Whoa.
And then
interesting.
You gotta watch the trailer. Yeah. The trailer is madness. Oh man, I think it's just called Tetris.
Wow,
we got that coming. Yeah.
Yeah, but they've basically thrown around every British male.
Do something crazy.
Yeah, pick an American.
Yeah.
That would be the ultimate coup.
Yeah, that's how we take them down.
We take Bond.
We take over Bond. I got it. Chris Pratt. Do his slightly different Chris Pratt voice.
It's a me.
Dude, jump on the Pedro, on the Pedro hype. Just make Pedro Bond. I never really saw his actual persona until all this stuff with him and The Last of Us. He's kind of blown up and he's like all over the internet now. And I had just seen him as the Viper in Game of Thrones, and half seen him as the Mandalorian.
You're not on that Triple Frontier grind?
I've not watched Triple Frontier.
Check out Triple Frontier.
Oh, you talked about that. You mentioned that.
Yeah.
Didn't you? Where is it?
It's a Netflix movie.
It's a Netflix movie? Okay. You gotta... Do you ever get concerned that your car alarm's going to go off and you're not even going to be close?
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah.
Or I will hear it and not know that it's mine.
That's the other thing. Do you definitively know that was not yours?
No, I have no idea.
No. Why? They all sound the same.
Yeah.
So anyone hears that, they're like, someone needs to turn that car alarm off.
I think it must be just a deterrent for thieves. Just to draw attention to the
bandits.
Car.
Yeah. I gotcha.
But
makes sense.
Triple Frontier. Check it out. Great. Like, the cast is ridiculous.
Yeah. Man. I want to watch that. And then another Netflix movie I feel like I saw it, like it was a weird trailer somewhere. I don't even know if it's out on Netflix yet. But it's called like We Got a Ghost or something. I can't remember. It's something about a ghost, and I think I watched it without sound. I don't remember where I was. I think the TV was muted or something. And I'm like, what the heck is this? And it was a Netflix movie, so I'm intrigued. I think it's called We Got a Ghost.
That's
something like that.
Exciting.
Yeah, it is exciting.
It's just exciting that they're trying things like that, you know?
I know. It is crazy what they got going on. We talk about it often, but the just financial logistics of doing all this,
it's crazy.
It is crazy.
Man. But speaking of Pedro Pascal, Last of Us, you are watching The Last of Us, correct?
I am, yeah, up to date.
And you've never played the games, right?
No, I have not, and I really wish I had, because like the way I'm thinking about it is if someone made a Red Dead Redemption movie,
basically,
and then all like I feel like this is better than a guess. I would say the music is the music from the game, and so like just to hear the little like instrumental guitar like from Red Dead, throughout a show, I feel like I'd cry. I think,
if my understanding is correct, is The Last of Us is even more cinematic than Red Dead. The game was even more cinematic.
Oh, I see.
Than Red Dead. Like, I think that that studio is like specifically about making cohesive narratives throughout.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Well, that's what it's been a while since he said this, but I think it was Christopher Nolan said like the future of storytelling is video games.
Yeah, because you can do so much, and then and you have more leeway in the way that you can tell stories and involve the audience in those stories.
Yeah. So tricky. Yeah, but Last of Us, ooh, man.
And you're all caught up, right? I'm
all caught up. They threw me a curveball at the beginning of this last one because they start off. I mean, kind of spoilers, not really for people listening. Cover your ears if you need to. But they start off in current situation, and it's quite a dire situation.
Yeah.
And then they jump back, but they don't really tell you they jump backwards.
Mm-hmm.
So I was kind of thinking they jumped forwards, and the story had changed dramatically, and I was like, I don't know if I am as. I was like, where do we go from here? And then I slowly realized that it was a jump backwards. So, yeah.
I had watched up to, what was the last episode? Episode 7? Is that?
Latest one was 7, I believe.
7? Yeah. Okay, so I had watched up to 6. And then I was I was trying to get Sam to watch this one. Or this show, because originally it looked like it was going to be pretty freaky, like through and through.
Yeah.
And the first 2 episodes had a pretty strong presence of freakiness, and she doesn't go there. That's not what she's about.
Respectable.
But after episode 6, I was like, okay, this is just a beautiful piece of TV.
Yes.
It's just an amazing show. And I will tell you when you need to brace yourself.
Yeah.
Because it's so great, and it seems to be hitting on a pretty high cultural note. It being everywhere.
Yeah, definitely.
So after I got to episode 6, we went back and rewatched all the episodes together. So if you rewatch, it is pretty obvious that they're going to go back and give Ellie a origin episode. Like at least
they set up so much.
Yeah, there was so much, and there was so much like so many little like offshoot statements.
Yeah,
like how did she get there? Who are her parents? And that's to me still unanswered. Like who exactly is she? Is she actually just nobody? And she happened to be immune, and then they did something to help her out, or
maybe she's a Palpatine.
They're nobody, just a couple of choke traders. That was frustrating, and we'll talk about Ryan Johnson and all that soon. But yeah, so when they cut back, I was like, okay, great, this is the episode that we're gonna get that.
Yeah. No, I like the has there been 2? I feel like there's only been 2 of the like flat. I mean, discounting the opening where that's not really a flashback, that we're gonna call that real time.
Yeah.
But the flashback episodes, because I feel like they deal slightly more in looking at the world from the lens of like somebody who hasn't grown up with it, or none of it matters anymore. I feel like the 2 that they've jumped back and kind of given someone's backstory, I feel like they kind of dive into that a little bit more.
And there's
and it's so interesting.
Yeah, there's so much more that they do in the world building there. Like the Joel and Ellie show is about them getting from point A to point B, and it is very much we need to go through this. There's no consideration, but there's no feeling about what this world is like to live in besides like I need to fight my way to get to the other place.
Right.
But when they do the flashback episodes, it's like the world ended. Now what? Kind of deal.
Yeah.
Which I love the 2 episodes that they really dove into.
Oh my gosh. So emotional. Like, my goodness. Whew. Yeah. For those watching, you're out of tissues.
Yeah, there's been like at least 3 of the 7 episodes have wrecked me. From all the memes of people who've played the game, we haven't seen anything yet. So,
who's left? I guess that's each episode they've introduced a new person, made you love them, and then take them out.
Incredible storytelling.
Yeah. Seriously, it's crazy.
Yeah.
I wake up that morning not knowing this human exists.
Yeah.
And then I can't imagine a world without them the next day, even though I've only like what? I remember Emily isn't watching it. We're trying to sync up at some point, but when I said, "Man, this one got me," she's like, "What happens?" Like, because it's just like, just think of it. It's like a zombie show.
Yes, zombie show.
But I'm like, the simplest way I could put it without giving anything away was people don't make it. That was
it is truly about The Last of Us.
Yeah.
If you look at all the posters, there are 2 people that are featured. Don't get attached to anybody else, and maybe don't get attached to both of them.
Yeah, I don't know. What I thought they were gonna do in the episode 7 was, I thought Ellie, again, spoilers if you're not up to date, which by the time we post this episode, I'm sure season 2 will be out. So, I thought they were gonna have Ellie not get bit by the infected person, and then what was her name? Her friend. Did we get her name? We get her name. What is her name? I thought they were gonna have her get bit, and Ellie was gonna try to deny it for as long as she could, and then she was gonna get bit by the.
Oh,
that's what I thought, and then I was like, it would be a lot. It'd be a little I Am Legend dog situation. Did you see the thing where they were like forbidden from saying the Z word on set for zombie? Because they're infected.
Oh, for Last of Us?
For The Last of Us. Yeah, they're like, they're not zombies, and they were not supposed to say the word. They are infected.
Like they're not supposed to say Baby Yoda.
I did see that part of the, switching gears a little bit, but that part, I'm like halfway through the first episode of The Mandalorian, but the part was like, Grogu. What? His name is Grogu. All right. Sure. Call him Baby Yoda. I don't give a crap. But yeah, Mandalorian season 3. Mando.
Here we go.
Apostate. Here we go.
I have seen the first episode.
Okay.
So I will hold off saying what I think about it until you're caught up.
Okay. God, it's either great or not great, and I don't know. And
that's exactly where I want you to be. But another show that I'm watching and you're not watching is Poker Face. Well,
Poker Face.
Seems like everybody is watching Poker Face.
Yeah.
I think it is.
I'm a late adapter. I just got my first AirPods. So
there you go.
Yeah.
But I think that it's definitely Peacock's first hit.
Oh. Yeah.
And it's delightful. It's basically not anthology, but like it is it is a mystery of the week. There it is. Mystery of the week episode.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
kind of show. And it is just about there is an overarching thing that is maybe mentioned in an episode, but it is there have been episodes where she's just like in this area and
so like kind of like X-Files.
Yeah. It's kind of like that. It definitely feels like an older format, but done in a incredibly high quality.
Modern way. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It doesn't look bad. It doesn't look like a TV show, but it feels format wise and structure wise like a classic, like mystery of the week.
Nice.
But I think it's a delightful show, and I'm really enjoying it. Every episode has like another like, wow, they're in this. Wow.
Hey.
Oh, hey, they're in this. Some of them are like, I recognize you from, like the woman from, and I'm sure that she's plenty famous and has had a storied career. But the woman from Ocean's 13, who is Al Pacino's like assistant, who is the cougar.
The cougar, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the person that Matt Damon has to okay. Yeah.
And then the random people will pop up, and it is just a fun time.
Nice. Do you think they're just on the NBC lot and like, hey?
I think that it's
pop in this frame.
I think that there is a appreciation for Rian Johnson, and I think Rian Johnson is like just loves movies and loves TV and just loves like Hollywood, and is familiar with all of these like random niche people, and just wants to build stories for or create stories that can be driven by these people. So I love it. And highly recommend checking out Poker Face.
Nice. Yeah. Man, I didn't see myself falling in love with Rian Johnson after The Last Jedi. That was my first. I mean, I think I had seen stuff by him previously, but that was the big blow up for me was Last Jedi, and I was like, this guy doesn't get it.
But it turns out
he got it. It was a different thing than what I was getting.
Yeah. It turns out he really got it. He really got it.
Do you think he had like no control over the script, and then or like the words, the lines, some of the lines that were said, or the creative direction of the plot, and then he's just like, screw you guys, I'm just gonna make a good looking movie and write whatever the heck you want.
Well, I think that there are some great ideas in it, and I think that I wouldn't say that he had no control over it. I think he was given no direction.
Okay. Yeah.
And did what he wanted to do, and then people kind of rebelled from that. And then when they didn't have a plan they didn't have a plan for this trilogy. So they took the first one and they're like, let's remake A New Hope and bring back all the characters that you love.
Yeah.
And then the middle movie was like, let's do something different. Let's give this to an auteur and have them do something fun with it and follow some sort of structure, like where you see in Empire Strikes Back, where you split the two groups from the first movie, and then have them have their own stories, and then bring them back together at the end and do what you want to do with it.
Yeah.
And then that was not received well.
We gotta make a third one.
And so they overcorrected.
Yes, they did. Yeah.
And we're like, Star Wars!
Yeah, yeah.
You like Palpatine? You like Star Destroyers?
Yeah, that's what they did. They just, they crammed the accepted ideas and characters and things from Star Wars, and they're like, okay, we're just gonna shove it.
Yeah. But huge fan, Rian Johnson.
Huge fan, Rian Johnson. Great guy.
And Natasha Lyonne is great, and very compelling as a lead in like a unexpected way. Okay. I see this is really blowing her up. I think
if I had seen her from other things, I am not recalling.
I'm sure I think she's done like this is like her third really higher profile thing. She was in Orange is the New Black, and then
yes, okay, yeah.
Russian Doll was the thing that she did on Netflix that was pretty big.
Yeah,
a couple years ago.
Yeah, I do remember that as well. Yeah. I think that does it for the what are we watching portion. Went down some rabbit holes we weren't really planning on, but we made it out the other end. Back to normal size. Alice. So let's finish up. You didn't follow that rabbit hole?
Oh no, I gotcha.
And then she's small, and then she's large again.
Yeah. The
ending. When was the last time you watched the Disney cartoon Alice in Wonderland?
I do not recall.
Yeah, it kind of ends with the way like when you write a story as like a kid and you end it with "and then they woke up." It kind of ends. I feel like it kind of ends that way. That's a wild trip. Alice in Wonderland. I don't remember if that wasn't one of our core movies wasn't. Growing up. Thing's a trip.
Okay,
you should go watch it. Anyway,
you want to tell us about greener grass? Where are we at?
Greener grass. Grass is green. Elsewhere is what people think. That's what we'll change the title of that. Grass is green elsewhere. People think. That way we avoid.
Yeah, here we go.
And we're in the clear. So where we left you guys last time was we had 3 people. We had a high-level executive that his world is in options and futures, I guess more futures of specifically wheat. So he's hedging on is price going to go up, price going to go down. I'm going to buy a bunch at this, I'm going to sell a bunch at that. He's that kind of guy.
Wheeling and dealing.
He's wheeling and he's dealing. Both. That's what he's doing. Salut. We got another guy who owns a bar. He's a bar owner. And then we got a third guy who works at he's the cashier of a liquor store. Which, let's tie this baby in and just say is the main supplier for the bar. Give him a reason to, or maybe not.
What do you?
Well, he's doing maybe not main supplier, but he supplies. Where do bars get? They get them. Do they go directly to the source?
Well, okay, so I think that we were following the chain of supply here. So it was a trader dealing in commodities, and then a brewery owner.
Brewery, that is
brewing the beer that then they
You're correct.
both supply to their own in-house bar as well as this liquor store.
Yes. Thank you. Apologies. So that's what we got. And so what we're going to do is, I think we kind of landed on this, was we're going to open up at the end of the day. And they all happen to be around the bar. They're on the stools. They got both elbows firmly glued to the top of the bar. I don't know. I feel like that's called something. Anyway, and they're just thinking about their day. And they end up talking. And because each of them doesn't particularly like their day. And so we're going to go through, each one's going to tell the story of their day. And we are going to go back in time with them and watch as the events of their day unravel. And towards the end, whereas these guys were all thinking the other person had it better, they get some perspective. And they leave the bar saying, wow, it could be worse. Or at least I don't have that guy's life. Yeah. Or I'm going to start to appreciate this aspect of my life. That's where we had left it. And now we're going to take you home. Country road.
So let's set out some goals for this session here. Do we want to just kind of pitch terrible things that can happen to them throughout the day?
I think that's a great idea. Yeah. Did you have one in mind, or is that just pop in your head?
That was just can we just like go through one by one and just give give some crappy experiences.
Some crappy days. I think we could.
Do you want to start low or start high?
I say we start low. Apologies to our first guy, our first person, but I say we start there.
Sweet. Okay. So we have him wake up in a dungeon.
Yes. Well, I was thinking, like, I say he wakes up quite distraught. I agree. I think he went a little hard the night before.
Okay.
Maybe we have them all start there. Maybe they all start at the
all
bottom.
Alcoholics.
Yeah. Not necessarily. Maybe they just, it's been a while and they were trying to let loose, in a healthy, normal way. And yeah, so he gets up, dungeon, park bench.
Yeah. He is awakened. He's awakened by a drip in the ceiling.
Oh man, yeah.
He lives in a hovel.
Yes. So we got drip in the ceiling, wakes him up. It splatters all over his face. Mm-hmm. It's like a brown liquid.
It's not. This ain't no tap water.
No. I say we make this super ridiculous. So he goes into his bathroom to wash it off. He has like an outline, like a frame for a mirror, but it's like clearly had been shattered at some point, and there's just like things on the side. But he, in like crayon, he drew like a crude to look back at him. So he's using this to get the water off his face with a tissue, and of course the water catches on the tissue and it just stays, it just rips and it's just still on his face. Man, he's gonna have a rough one.
Yeah. Okay, so he wakes up, cries. He wakes up to a leaky ceiling.
Yes.
Always a great way to open the day. Okay, so
yep.
Wakes up to the leaky ceiling. Time to go to work.
Yeah. Moped. Moped.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, he takes a moped to it.
But not a nice one.
Not a nice one.
No. Like a bad moped.
Yeah, he drives to work on a beat up moped.
Yes.
He's working opening.
Yeah. When do liquor stores open?
24 hours, baby. Depends on where you are, actually.
That's a good point.
We're not in Salt Lake City.
Nice.
So he's working the early shift.
Yeah.
Yeah. So bad things that can happen to him throughout the day. Let's see. He's got to deal with people, kids with fake IDs.
Yep.
And he's got to deal with burglaries.
He's got to deal with drunk. Oh, yep. And also intoxicated customers.
Yes. People who are clearly old enough.
Yeah.
But forgot their IDs, and it's my understanding that legally, if you ask for the ID and they don't have it, then once you ask for the ID, then you gotta comply. If you don't ask for the ID, it's less. I have no idea what the.
So you get in more trouble if you ask and they.
I have no idea. It could be a policy. I think let's go with that. Policy. That if you ask and they are not able to comply with the ask, then you are. Then.
And you still sell to them.
You're on the hook for that.
Okay, but if you don't ask,
I don't know.
It's less of a hook.
I don't know what liquor store. I don't work it.
But yeah, these clearly old enough people have no IDs on them.
No IDs.
No ideas.
Okay, so you go through that. people who are very angry that they forgot their ID and taking it out on him. There are people, kids who are trying to get away with a fake ID. There are there's an armed robbery.
Oh, dang. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
And then
turns out it's the commodities trailer.
Oh, the guy who forgot his ID could be the commodities.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. That's great.
And then at some point, the brewery owner has to come drop a crate off.
Yeah.
Cool.
Drop a crate off. Yeah. So he does that. Yeah.
So that's how they interact. So that's a crappy day.
It's pretty crappy.
Yeah, it's
pretty crappy.
Wash it away at the bar.
At the bar. Wash it down. Wash it down.
All right.
Do it all over.
So that's our cashier.
That's our cashier.
All right, let's go to the brewery owner.
Brewery owner. Yeah. Wakes up. I think they all have to be waken by something.
By something.
I kind of think by something. Dog?
A stray dog?
No. He's in his home.
That's like a fun.
Yeah, but he hates this dog. Dog pees on him to wake him up.
Yeah, there you go.
Cat pees on him.
All right, cat pees on him to wake him up.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good one, folks.
Cat pees on him to wake him up. He goes to pour some cereal, and there's nothing in the box. Somebody put it away.
Yes, he goes to pour the cereal, but the little plasticky thing that the cereal's usually in is just not in there. It's just an empty box. And then that doesn't deter him from wanting to pour the milk into the cereal bowl, even though there's no cereal. And then the milk is curdled. Of course,
naturally.
The milk is curdled. He's having a rough go.
Okay, great. And then he drives a beater. To the brewery.
Yep.
Turns out overnight lost all of the current brew. Let's just beat this guy down. All of his current
all
batch
the cash is gone.
It's broken. It's not broken. It's bad. Current batch.
Bad. Oh yeah. There you go. That's reasonable. That's reasonable. They left it in too long. Is that how?
Yeah, we'll do some research.
Yeah.
Current batch.
Throw it out.
Still gotta make his supply run.
Yeah.
What can go wrong on the supply run? Delivery driver that would normally make the supply run.
Right.
It's called out sick.
Yep. So he's got to.
Well, he calls out sick. Let's do one of those where you do a side-by-side phone call and the delivery driver calls and he's doing something. He's in line to get into a movie or some concert or something.
I feel like he's got sunglasses flipped up on his head.
Yeah.
He's in casual clothes. I'm picturing the dean from when he's at the mall and he does the duet with Jeff. Just casual mode. I kind of want the brewery owner to drive by this employee strolling on the street as he's going to do his delivery, because the guy's not, even though he knows the route, you'd think he would know not to be on that, but they drive by.
Perfect.
Hits a guy on a crappy moped. That's a bit harsh for our cashier. But I do. Well, no, they probably wouldn't get there at the same time. The cashier is going to get there. He's going to be there a good amount of time before the delivery comes.
I would suspect that as well.
Yeah.
So it gets
maybe the bottles break in the since he doesn't do deliveries, he doesn't patch everything down as he should. And we get a couple boxes that are
Yes. So the
spilled.
delivery is light when it finally gets to the to our poor cashier, and then
we still
go for it.
Well, I was just saying we still hurting this guy. Or are we moving on?
So I think that we can do one more. It's a slow night.
Yeah.
At the bar as well. So
slow night.
So we leave him and he's just like, there's nobody in the bar. It's definitely what should be a busy time, but
oh man,
nobody's there.
Yeah. No. And then walk two unsuspecting citizens.
Okay, so next one. He wakes up at his desk, jolted awake by a phone call.
Yes.
Slept in the office.
Of course.
Good. Yeah.
Yep.
He goes to the bathroom in his office, his private bathroom in his office, and looks in the mirror, and then there's a little note in the corner, "You will be happy."
Gosh.
So he wakes up to his phone ringing. He's on it. He's passed out on his desk, drool coming out.
Yeah.
Then he has to go freshen up in his private office bathroom, and goes in there. In the bathroom mirror, he's written himself a little note: "You will be happy." Clearly, this guy has some problems in his life.
Yeah.
What else are we gonna do to this guy?
Well, I mean, the thing that immediately comes to mind is that the low price at which he just bought his latest future has gotten even lower. I think it's something to do with his commodity trading. Trading goes awry.
Mm-hmm. Awry.
That's
peak comedy.
Bread. It's yeah. So maybe something like that. But it can't. I mean, I don't want it to be like you lost everything.
Oh yeah. No, he just gets chewed out by his boss. Maybe that's the phone call.
Yeah. It's the phone call. Did you see these prices?
Yeah.
Jensen, did you see these prices? Johnson. Yeah, that's the phone call that wakes him up. So immediately when he goes to the mirror, he is not all persuaded by that note.
He is not happy.
He's not happy today. Dude's exhausted today.
What if the rest of his issues are like his assistant gets him the wrong coffee?
I was like, yes, he doesn't realize, but the back of his collar, he never flipped it down, so it's just been flipped up all day.
Yes, let's just make his problems. He gets chewed out by his boss, but at the end, it's like, but you're doing great overall, or something.
Yeah, well, that's totally the thing that happens. Is like some really bad thing happens to you.
Yeah.
So then it seems like every other little thing is just like that much more frustrating. That's the thing.
Yeah, but
then
this
you
guy
look at it
has
and it's
nothing
like
to complain about. Like the other guys, there are some problem areas.
Which does remind me, we should probably throw in some sort of redeeming factor to their days, because I feel like they have to have something that the commodities trader like envies.
Yes. Well, I mean, I think the commodities trader always envies like the quote unquote simple life where there isn't like if he makes a mistake, it's potentially like billions of dollars that is at risk. If the brewery guy makes a mistake, if the brewer makes a mistake, it's a bad batch of beer. It feels like on the grand scheme of things, it feels like that is less of a big issue, but to him it is a huge issue, and to his financial whatever. So everybody thinks that everybody else's problems are smaller than they actually are to that person.
Yeah, exactly. And that's like the main thing that the cashier has going for him is there's not a lot of mistakes that he can make that will completely obliterate his financial future, other than like, you know, committing crime or doing something like that. Like he doesn't have the constant worry of the business or the prices.
Yeah.
Like, because
he just has living in squalor.
Leaky roof. But yeah, I feel like the takeaway for the cashier at the end of the day is, man, okay, glad I don't have to worry about that when I go home. Like, those issues.
Yeah.
And then the other two guys, glad we don't have to worry about the roof. And then, yeah, we'll come up with it. But anyway, so yeah, just little things that really throw off this Trader's Day.
Yeah.
That brings him to he's gonna go out. He's gonna pursue that simple life.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I want to be an average Joe at a bar. I just want to.
Yeah.
I want to be. Yes.
Okay. Well, I think we have our days.
Time. We have our days.
I think it's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's great. I think we're done here.
I think we're done. Do you have a connection?
Do you want to talk about? No. I think that might. Yeah.
I think we leave it there.
Might have tied a bow on greener grass.
I think so too, and I think we just leave that. We don't want to, spoil anyone's mind with castings that we come up with. Just leave that picture beautiful in your imagination, however you had it, and go about your day.
There you go. But stick around for the connection here because it's a doozy.
But stay here. But yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Get me
what you got
from Pedro Pascal to
nice
Woody Harrelson.
I feel like there's so many Nick Cage movies have Woody Harrelson vibes, but he's not in them. Like, I feel like Woody Harrelson would be in Con Air.
Big time. Oh, big time.
Yeah, I also feel like Nick Cage would have something to do with Natural Born Killers.
That feels right. Yeah.
But I'm like, oh, it's right there. And then I'm like, wait, no, they're not actually in there. I feel like Nick Cage would be in Zombieland. Okay, I think I got there. I might have just done a loop in my head, but I'm gonna go with it. We'll see what happens. Woody Harrelson is in Zombieland with Emma Stone. Emma Stone is in Crazy Stupid Love with Steve Carell. Steve Carell is in Anchorman with Will Ferrell. Where was I going with this? Will Ferrell is in The Other Guys with Eva Mendes, who is in Ghost Rider with Nick Cage, and Nick Cage is in The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent with Pedro Pascal. Yes,
excellent.
What was yours?
So
I feel like it wasn't that.
I did Pedro in Triple Frontier.
Okay.
With Ben Affleck, who is in Batman v Superman.
Nice.
Dawn of Justice.
Martha.
With Jesse Eisenberg. Who's in Zombieland with Woody Harrelson.
Okay. Nice.
Triple Frontier unlocks a lot because you got.
I was about to say it sounds like there's a juicy vein in
you
there.
You got Oscar Isaac, Ben Affleck, Pedro Pascal, Charlie Hunnam.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is that him in Pacific Rim?
Yes.
It's not. It is?
Yeah.
It is? I was about to say, like, I feel like that's... Because when I think of him, I think of Sons of Anarchy, even though I've never watched that show. I just, like, FX, really ingrained that image in my head.
I think of The Lost City of Z.
Ah!
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
That is pretty good. It's intriguing.
Yeah.
I like those. Yeah.
All right, well. I guess this has been greener grass.
I'm gonna take this one on me, guys. I don't think I had this one as developed as it needed to be on the show, and I'll be better. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, we're learning. I actually thought that we had a lot of fun with it, especially.
We did have a lot of fun.
We had a lot of fun with it, and I hope that the one of you has fun with it too. Technically, we have 3 subscribers, and I'm trying to do the math of who is the 3rd subscriber. So, If you're the third subscriber, drop a comment if you made it.
Drop a comment, dude. Oh my gosh, it's good to meet you, man. Or dude, Ed, what's going on? Thanks for coming. That's wild. You're basically just having a conversation with us at this point. If you're listening to this full show, you're essentially a co-host. So put that on your resume because it's on mine. That's actually wild. Can we not see who they are?
No, man. Privacy laws, you know?
Come on, man. You subscribe to our channel. Tell us who you are.
Tell us who you are.
Or, well, actually, tell us who you are, or if you're somebody we know and it's our family member.
Don't mention
because then I can pretend like a random person stumbled upon us and subscribe,
and we can go on pretending like nobody we know is watching this, which hopefully, I don't know.
Who knows?
I'm split between wanting support and wanting no one to know this exists.
I'm there with you. I almost thought we should change our name so that if we did get famous, like it can never be traced back to us, even though it is our voices and our faces. That looks nothing like me.
We'll be back at you with a new story.
Yeah.
We'll see you when we see you.
Yeah. I was Ryan.
I was Jeff.
And just to like officially kill this one, if we're gonna kill it, close the door on your toe. We don't want that as our sign.
I don't love close the door on your toe. I feel like we're wishing pain upon our lovely audience.
Yeah, but my Bim Bam tells you to kiss your dad square on the lips, and that sounds pretty freaking painful.
I don't know.
I would much rather stab my toe in the door.
What if your father is Tom Brady?